What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again. Two things I want to talk to you about tonight. The first of which, just get it out of the way. King of the Web. I'm still running for King of the Web. I need to win King of the Web. I need your help winning King of the Web. Please help. Go vote. Links below. That said, a lot of people want to know why I'm involved in the King of the Web thing. I've got to tell you, man, it's because it's been a hell of an experience. The first time I ran, it was fun. I got to meet a lot of people. I got to talk to a lot of people. I got a lot of new fans. Now, I'm doing it because I want to win. I really would like to have $7,500 to be able to spend, to give $1,000 of it to charity, to the Child's Play charity to begin with. But not only that, but the other remaining $62.50, I would like to be able to use that to buy some equipment for here in the house, green screen, light box, microphone, all that stuff, to make much better videos for you and me to enjoy. So that said, please, 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 please help me with that goal. I'm currently winning. We can continue to win. There's always a chance. There's like a 200,000 vote gap there. That's nothing in King of the Web history. 200,000 votes can be surpassed in a day with the right push, and the guy who's in second place has contacts at Machinima and all over the gaming industry and all over the world. God help us if he starts pulling in those contacts. So please, vote, 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 vote. Please. Thank you. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about today is I read an article called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And I thought this article was fascinating. And since I'm so old and fat and crazy and weird, I thought maybe I should talk about that for a little bit. So, says number one, a little background on this article real quick. This article was written by a nurse who has worked with the people in hospice who are in the last 12 weeks of their lives. And she, on their deathbeds, interviewed them and said, what are your biggest regrets? And this is the list they came up with. She said these are the 5 most common things people said. The number one most common was that I wish I'd had the courage to live a true life to myself, not the life others expected of me. She says this is the most common regret of all. When people realize their life is almost over and look back clearly on it, it's easy to see how many dreams have gone unfulfilled. Most people have not honored even half of their dreams and had denied knowing that it was due to choices they had made or not made. And that's something pretty interesting, because one of the things that's very common is, you know, we meet the right girl, we meet the right guy, we get knocked up, our family needs us, whatever, man. We give up on those dreams. Some of us feel like we were born to be dancers, singers, musicians. So we try, and maybe we don't try hard enough, maybe we fail, and maybe we settle into a routine, man. And if you're one of those people, I was one of those people for 15 years of my life, before I started, you know, as a young adult just a few years ago, trying to get into broadcast and trying to get into entertainment. You know, if you're one of those people, man, think about it. Think about the fact that one day you're going to have to look back on your life knowing you didn't do your best to live the life you wanted to live. I think that's fascinating. Secondly, people say they wish they hadn't worked so hard. She said this mostly came from men because she was dealing with older folks, but these days women work as hard or harder than their counterparts. And I think anybody, this can apply to anybody, that they wish they hadn't worked so hard. You miss so much when you put those extra hours into work, and when you're working not just your 40, but your 50 or 60, and you don't take time for vacations, you don't take time to spend with your family, you don't take time to relax and enjoy life. Man, that's something clearly I may have done too much of at this point, but it's something I'm always encouraging my friends to do, to stop and smell the roses. Number 3, she says, I wish I had had the courage to express my feelings. She went on to say many people suppressed their feelings in order to keep peace with others. As a result, they settled for a mediocre existence, never became who they were truly capable of becoming. Many developed illnesses related to the bitterness and resentment they carried as a result. That's one of the most frustrating things. We all have that annoying person we work with, that annoying person that we have in our family, or that annoying little piece of shit at school you have to deal with. It's the worst feeling in the world to have to be able to suppress your feelings to get along. And man, you know, when you don't have the courage and to say, I don't want to be around you anymore, I don't want to deal with your shit anymore, you're giving up so much of your life, so much of who you are. And I think that's really fascinating, that on your deathbed, one of the feelings you're going to have is, man, I really wish I told that one asshole off. Let's see, number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. And I think that's interesting because these days, with YouTube and Facebook and Skype and texting and all these other social media, I wonder if that's even going to be part of the future, man. I think I talk to my friends in high school now more than I did when I was in high school. I think it's fascinating that we're in a communication age. And I guess that may be... But then again, are you really even communicating when you're just reading somebody else's Facebook feed? And you see, oh, I bought a cat. Oh, look, I had a sandwich. Here's a picture of my tuba. Is that really a friendship? Really? I don't know, man. But they talk about golden friendships, those important people in your life, the ones that were truly there for you, the ones that will always truly be there for you, and letting those relationships die. And I think we all have someone like that in our lives. And maybe after reading this list, I have some phone calls to make, and I bet you do too. And number 5, and this is the one that I really wanted to talk about. Number 5 is that I wish that I had let myself be happier. I'm going to quote her again here. She says, "This is a surprisingly common one. Many did not realize until the end that happiness is a choice. They had stayed stuck in old patterns and habits. The so-called comfort of familiarity overflowed into their emotions as well as their physical lives. Fear of change had them pretending to others and to themselves that they were content when deep within they longed to laugh properly or to have silliness in their lives." So once again, this speaks so deeply to me, and I think it might you too. I'm a 37-year-old man-child. I act kind of silly all the time. I make silly jokes, do silly things. I play childish games. I goof off, and my job is a job of luxury, really. What I get to do here with you guys is a fantastic, wonderful thing, and I'm happy almost all the time, but it certainly wasn't always this way. And the reality of it is, I think that happiness is a choice. You know, if you know what you love in this world, if you give it up for a job, or you give it up to make someone else happy, or you give it up because you have to put childish, ridiculous things aside. The fact that people would lay on their deathbeds and regret that is one of the reasons I'm so damn proud to be who I am. So damn proud to call myself a gamer and to show you people games that you might want to play and express that love and that joy of that childish activity with you. And you know, I think it's a beautiful thing. And one of the things that I realized about this list, and I spoke it over with my girlfriend's mom just a few minutes ago, is that, you know, all of these things, we all have our limitations. I've been fat the entirety of my life. There's many things I wanted to do that I couldn't do. I wanted to be an astronaut. I'm never going to get to be an astronaut. And maybe you do get straddled with that kid or that you have to raise, or maybe you do get into a bike accident one day and become paralyzed from the neck down. You have to find joy in those limitations that you've been given, whatever they may be, whether they're geographical or physical or mental. You know, because I started this life with a mental deficit and physical deficit and financial deficit, and I tried my best within my confines and my limitations to make the best life I could for myself. And I wonder if I died tonight, how many of the things on this list I would have to say. Would I say number 5 that I had not let myself be happy? Man, I fought my entire life to try to be happy. Do I wish I stayed in touch with my friends? No, my only regret there is that I wish I had more time to make more friends through YouTube and Facebook and through the ways that I've got to enjoy life and all the fans and all the people. I'd love to do meet and greets every day. That's what I'd regret. That's what I'd regret, is not shaking more hands and not meeting more people. And do I have I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. And you do not want to get on the wrong side of me. And Lord knows I'll do it right here on YouTube too. I wish I hadn't worked that hard. Hell, I wish I'd worked harder. Specifically when it comes to this YouTube stuff, I wish I'd made an even bigger name for myself when it's all said and done. And have I lived a life true to myself? I'm proud at knowing that I am exactly who I'm supposed to be. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hear your regrets right now. What regrets do you have in your life? That's going to be the key word of the week for this rambling video. Tell me your biggest regret. If you have any regrets, what you might regret, what you don't want to regret. Use the word regret somewhere in your comments, and it'll prove to me that you made it all the way to the end of this, wow, almost 10-minute video. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks you guys for listening to me. There's going to be a link to both King of the Web and this article below if you want to read it, share it with your friends. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to try to make a video for you every day until King of the Web is over. And then maybe just every day because I love you.